Hey, you two. How am I supposed to go to work? Huh? How am I supposed to go to work when you're hanging out in here? Okay, you gotta get out now. Well, I've been slacking in taking video and kind of recording what's going on at our little homestead here. So I'll try and do a little catch up. Yeah, not a lot has changed, I guess, in the workshop. Kind of added a few little bits and pieces, and we've been collecting some antique hand tools and things like that. I'm in the process of just kind of converting it back. I had it built as storage, and now I'm going to convert it back to actually just a workshop, and I'm going to pipe in this wood stove and get it set up so it's for season and usable. And I'd like to do some herb drying and vegetable drying from the garden and stuff in here, and cure the garlic and all that sort of stuff. So that's what this space is going to be. And then just outside over the last couple of weeks we built a lean-to. So we went to the Crown Land a little ways down the road and harvested some logs and brought them on the roof of the car because the van was broke down, and I got a lift of rough cut lumber, and here we are. So I'm still in the process finishing this up. I just kind of patched the roof together with the tin that I had laying around, but it's not in very good shape, so I've got my eye out for some roof tin. But yeah, it's a-okay for now. And yeah, so we've kind of been clearing a little bit of space out in the backyard here for a little fire pit area. Built a couple benches. Meg and I guess, painted the shed. We've got a little window that we're going to put in there. Outhouse, I should say, but it's going to be a shed or probably a chicken coop in the future, nearish future. So lots has been happening. My main focus this spring has been the garden, and it's probably been the reason that I haven't actually been documenting that much, because I just have been so busy working on the garden and kind of slightly obsessive. I built this water tower. I'm just actually sealing it up now and putting a tap on it today, so I can just run a hose off it so it gravity feeds, and we can gravity water, so I can bring water from either from the spring or from the cabin for now. That's working pretty awesome, and we've had enough rain that it actually doesn't even matter right now. I'm just kind of starting to water now. And then this little shed we found just down the road, so I limped it down the highway on the trailer, and we gave it a paint job, and here it is for the garden tools and stuff. And so this spring everything was mulched already, but I kind of started shaping beds in here, so separating like the strawberries and the raspberries here, and just kind of separate beds for separate things. I've got the crucifers and different things in here, some herbs and stuff on the end. The cabbage is actually looking pretty a-okay. Just kind of putting stuff in the ground wherever I can find space for it. So there's peas and beets and carrots, and that one needs a weeding. It's kind of neglected at this moment, but things are growing pretty good. Been transplanting. A friend of mine's just been giving me carloads of perennials, so it's been awesome. So we've got walking onions here and green onions, and next to it some potatoes, and 3 different varieties of potatoes in these little planters. For next year I'm going to plant in all of this, but I just wanted to get control of the weeds in here, so I built some paths and really mulched heavy. Like, we mulched with straw, probably 12 inches of straw, and then I added probably 3 or 4 inches of wood mulch on top of that. So it's starting to be fairly manageable. Yeah, planted some grapes over there against the fence that are coming up. Oh, and the fence, yeah, we built that. These fence posts are all from the trees that we cut down last winter, right kind of behind there, where you can see all the new poplars coming back up. And then I went dumpster diving for this fence. Actually, at the dump, there was a bunch of 8-foot elk fence, so I snipped it all in half and just stapled it here, and so we've got a little kind of a barrier to close in the garden. Got some mint and some borage, got some tomatoes. Again, none of these I grew from seed. These are all gifts or ones that I bartered for or whatever. Even the borage, my friend, we're doing some photography for her, and so she gave us a bunch of plants. Yeah, planted some hops, so these are going to trellis up and go up over top of the outdoor tomatoes to give them a little bit of shade and a little bit of protection. And then I built this little archway as an entrance, so it's kind of neat. Got a whole bunch of flowers, some perennial, some annual, mostly perennials, coming up in here. And this sweet garage sale find. This is I found this wheelbarrow at a garage estate sale, actually, in Calgary for $2. Can you believe it? Oh my god, it's the best wheelbarrow ever. It's so solid. But yeah, there's the entrance into the little archway. Some horse skulls and a wolf tail to keep us safe, keep the garden protected. And yeah, some onions and things. Sunchokes that totally have taken over the garlic bed. They're just like taking over everything over here. Some zucchinis and squash coming up here that I'm going to plan on trellising up the arch, and some parsnip and rutabaga and some more beets, and of course sunflowers sporadically strewn throughout. And then yeah, we were looking at this space back here a couple weeks ago and went, why is there not a greenhouse here? And so now there's a greenhouse here. We had the old frame sitting around, so, and a bunch of rough cut wood, so we framed it in and framed up the walls a little bit so there was something to hold on to, and planted it. So some of this is just from seed in the last week or two, so it's just starting to come up. But there's a bunch of greens and herbs and stuff in this corner, and we've got some baby squash coming up. Some cucumbers that we bought at a greenhouse down the road that are just kind of getting going. And then our neighbor gifted us 15 beautiful tomato plants, so we've got them going now. Yeah, and they're trellised up to the roof, so hopefully they'll do pretty good. And some more, this is just a root veggie bed, so there's some more carrot and parsnip and beets and stuff. And then these potatoes we'd already planted in the ground, so we just kind of built the greenhouse around them, and them and the sunchokes are just living their best life and seem to be doing okay. These were a late plant, like they were about a month later than the other ones, so they're just getting going. On our little hill, our little swale, I just mulched it today, but we've just been planting some perennials and some medicine plants and stuff like that in here. So it's coming along. There's some motherwort and some comfrey and some mullein and some rhubarb, a bunch of squash plants down there at the end. Yeah. What the heck's that one called again? I was just working with it. Now I can't remember. Oh well. It'll come to me. Yeah, and then outside of the garden, initially when we didn't have the greenhouse here, we figured we would start planting some stuff to kind of close this in, build a windbreak over the next few years, and so we planted some Saskatoon trees along here, and they seem to be taking. They're leafing out. We won't get flower from them this year, but it's okay. And then this thing I need to mulch again. This has been about a month and a half since I planted these, but these are all lilacs along the front here, so meant to be a bit of a windbreak. So yeah, we've been busy. Working away, getting everything going. But pretty pleased with this little garden space. It really feels like it's been a long time coming. I've had a lot of gardens over the years, and I've always wanted to build one that was like my own space and, you know, kind of how I wanted it. A little bit wild, a little bit tame, but my own and my own way. So yeah, I'm super happy with it. It's looking really good, and the soil's really coming together. It was really sandy to begin with. Lots of sand and it was just really tough soil, and lots of grass and grass roots in it and stuff like that. But yeah, after 2 years, well, a year and a bit of mulching, it seems okay. I tilled part of it as well. Yeah, it's coming to life. You're finding worms and things that weren't there before, and the grass roots are all breaking up, and so it's working. It's coming together. We've got another big pile of compost on the go here, and one for the future on the other side. So that'll be next year's soil. That's a mixture of manure from down a farm down the road and just waste from in the garden, and I bring our organic waste here and put it in the compost as well. So yeah, good stuff. It's all coming together. Oh, and one other thing to mention is our little food forest has grown quite substantially since last year. We brought this apple tree in this year, and it has 3 varieties of apples plus the original apple on it. So yeah, hoping maybe next year it'll fruit. We transplanted it as it is, other than this maybe 6 inches of growth on the top, and it's really looking beautiful. So pretty stoked with how that came through. We've got a rose bush that's getting molested by someone. Not sure who's eating it. Some irises, some haskaps. These are the ones I planted last year when this was just kind of bare. And they damn near died, and now they're coming back. So I trimmed them down, and they're coming back to life. These are gojis, just planted recently. Oh, and a huge mushroom. Holy cow. Didn't even see that. So yeah, rhubarb's still there. We just kind of been building around it. These are raspberries that I need to trim back. And then I stabbed some more haskap shoots in the ground this morning. I'm not sure if these are going to take or not, but let's see. Building kind of an outside barrier to the north. The haskap seem pretty hardy, so yeah, food forest is coming along. Next year maybe there will be food on it. Hopefully the gojis will come back. And this is our window stash for the greenhouse. So we want to build a permanent greenhouse next, so we're starting to collect windows from wherever we can.